Hey Albert, thanks for having lunch with me. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day. So how do you think things are going here at the food bank?
Well, we've been doing this for so long. As a regular, we kind of got our own thing going, so in that regard, we're doing great. I'm not sure that a lot of us are super keen on the changes that you're trying to make because we've been here for a while and we know how it's going and we know that we can make it work the way that we have made it work. So in the sense of productivity, I think we're doing great, but meshing with your new direction, I'm going to be honest, it's not happening.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your honesty and your open, your candor. Tell me a little bit more about why you think the group and those that are volunteering, because I know you have great relationships with them. It's amazing to see all the work that you do with them and the leadership you provide, and I appreciate that. Tell me a little bit more about, maybe give us an insight, why do you think the group's so resistant to change and maybe modernize some of the things to help it become a little bit more efficient operation?
Well, you know, all the young folk are moving into our town, and we've been so into this cause. And if you guys are to modernize everything, how do we know that we're not going to get kicked out? We've been the cause. We've been the central core of this organization. And how are we supposed to know the technology, or what if you guys start doing volunteer work at times that we're not there? Or are we just going to get booted out with the new generation?
Got it. So the group feels like with the younger crowd moving into town and the request to increase technology to maybe make it more efficient, that maybe that would keep you guys out of volunteer position and let some of the younger people come and overrun. Is that, do you feel like that's what the main concern is?
That's what I've heard. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I can totally see what you're saying, and I see why the group might think that. But what if we were able to maybe help the group learn some of the technology? What if we were maybe to offer? I could even offer up some of my services to teach some of this technology, because we certainly need this group. It's a great group, and they've known this operation for quite a while, and we certainly don't want to lose any of you. But do you think if we were able to maybe offer some courses like that, or some just basic training to help them become more familiar with the technology, do you think that would help ease some of the concerns? Or how do you think that might help?
I think that it would ease the technology concern, but and I think that if we were to change the attitude towards the technology, I think that could work. But I think that we're still concerned with the direction that you're going, that we are still going to get booted out. Like how as leadership are you guys going to make sure that we still get to be our core group?
That's you've been doing this a lot longer than I have, Albert. What are some thoughts that you have and some ideas that you have maybe that I could consider in alleviating that concern? Because that is certainly not what I want to have happen here. I just see some opportunities to make it work a little bit better. It has nothing to do with getting rid of the existing people, but I'm curious what ideas that you have that I can learn from.
Well, maybe you could keep our shift like a retiree shift, and have that only for our group on the 2 days. And if you want to open it for other days for other groups and younger groups, or different projects to bid on at other times, maybe that would work. Just so that we get our time and we get our space.
Okay. So maybe just reserve make sure that there's time reserved, that this core group continues to volunteer on the days they want. I think that's a great idea. I think also that even if we could get a few of the younger people in with you guys too, they could learn a lot. But we can talk about that. Tell you what, I think this would be good maybe if I know we've taken a bit of time here and we're getting close to the end of lunch, but what if we were to set up maybe a meeting? You could go maybe gather some feedback from the volunteer teams and maybe share your idea and see what they think, and see what other thoughts they might have about how we can make this work together. Again, nothing to do with getting rid of anybody that's here. We certainly need everybody's help, but what we can do as a group to make this better and see where it goes. How about that?
That sounds awesome.
So why don't we, maybe next week, about the same time, we can sit down for lunch again and see what you found out, and I'll, take some of this feedback that you've given and jot down some ideas there too.
Perfect.
That work?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks so much, Albert, for, meeting with me. Have a great day.
Thank you.